All right, listen. So I feel like I have seen a lot of people talk about spiritual awakenings and the different aspects of it. And they open up a bit about like mental health's component. But I haven't seen enough of this, I feel like. And so I just kind of wanted to just like, I think, express myself about it and just maybe hopefully connect with some people who've experienced some of the same things that I have. So I know a lot of people. So first of all, I mean, if you are under the impression, or like some people like to spread the message that like spiritual awakening is like just really beautiful and amazing and just like ethereal and wonderful and just like all of a sudden you can tap into things and it's just like super easy. No, it's like not at all what it is. So if that's your perception, I'm so sorry. um, yeah, no. But then there are some people that I've seen that open up and talk about like the shadow work that goes into it and the dark night of the soul kind of experience, or the yeah, just, like the anxiety, the depression, the like having to like process through repressed things and like dive through your childhood trauma and shit like that. And I think that people are pretty open about that, at least that I have seen, which is amazing because that definitely is like a big part. And you will when you start spiritually awakening. I think especially for those of us who, because there are some people, absolutely, who have been, spiritually awakened since they were kids, right? And they've been doing this since forever. And they're very tapped in, and I think that's their own experience, but it's not one that I know because I personally was very blocked off to spirituality for like my entire life, pretty blocked off to like everything my entire life. And I just started getting this like crash course spiritual awakening a couple of years ago. And I think I'm transitioning into the like ascension part. I have been for a little bit now, but the awakening portion. So I don't know. I wanted to just, I think, spread awareness on like mental health's component in spiritual awakening, as well as like the potential for like psychosis and like psychotic breaks. And I just, yeah, I think spread awareness and just hopefully be someone speaking out about it, such that if there are other people that stumble upon this who are experiencing it or have experienced it, they don't feel so alone in that. Because yes, like anxiety and depression, and just like going through and processing things, like absolutely, that's stuff that you go through. That's stuff that I did go through like the first year, 2 years of spiritually awakening. But then it kind of transitioned into like a genuine fucking like shit show. Like I didn't know what was real, what was fake, what I was tapping into spiritually, or what I was making up in my fucking head, if I was losing my mind, or like what was going on. Like, was I feeling all the things that I felt like I was feeling, or genuinely like was I just fucking losing it? Or because when you like first really enter into this stuff, you really don't know. And I think, and I know that my mind did try to like comprehend and understand things, and it did like shift some of my experience. And I know that certain perceptions that I had in my head of things that were happening weren't actually happening. Like I know this. And it was just a wild experience of being very confused and very scared. And then it also got me second guessing a lot on like if I can actually do this shit, and if I can't, because I feel very called to be a light worker, hence why I'm like making YouTube videos or like doing things, reading people's tarot, and just getting involved in this whole side of things, because I feel very called to do that. But the experience that I went through for some of it, like during my awakening, I was like, can I even do this? Like, am I chopped up for this? Am I like how am I supposed to do this? And then I don't know, but I got to processing and realizing that a lot of what I went through was just more like shadow work and dark side work, but it was like coming up as like it's seemingly external experiences, and just like the craziest, most chaos. Like I was having like not just like depression and anxiety, but like borderline manic periods and super depressive periods, and just a lot of confusion and really not knowing, just not knowing, just confusion and chaos. And I like couldn't get my grips on like much of anything for a while. But it did also but it did lead me into like really finding and what I need to ground. So like grounding myself obviously with nature and with trees are very important to me. Kind of choosing my particular like angels and spirit guides that I really, really, really trust and cling to for clarity and understanding and peace. And yeah, because there's a lot of turmoil in us. And like I said, like for those of us who kind of get like a crash course spiritual awakening, and I think, I mean, if I'm going through this, general collective, we really do sync up. So I feel like there's probably a lot of people going through this at the same time. And I just feel like, that crash course is, yeah, I mean, it's chaotic and it's scary, but I think it's worth it, obviously. I think it's definitely worth it. And everything that I've experienced and went through, and kind of like the horrors in my own mind and the just terrifying shit, was also really balanced with a lot of beautiful things too. And just deeper understanding of myself and my place in this world, and what I'm doing and what it's all about and why I'm here and what matters to me and what doesn't. And so it was amazing. It was amazing, even though it was terrifying. But yeah, I don't know, if you're watching this and you're going through something similar, and you're in your like spiritual awakening path, or like you have been, either you're like starting out or you're at the tail ends or you're right in the middle, I don't know, I hope that this at least provided some kind of connection or some kind of like relation to be like, yeah, I'm experiencing that shit too. And I don't know, if you need someone to relate to and to talk to, and to just like express what you're going through, because I know for myself, like it didn't really feel like there was anyone that I could talk to this stuff about, because most people that I was surrounded by like I just didn't think that they would understand, and I just figured that they would just think I was insane. So if you need somebody to just share your story, or to ask questions or talk to, feel free to reach out. I'd say the best way, I'll link my Instagram in the description, because I think excuse me, messaging me on there, DMing me on there would probably be the easiest. But of course you can also like leave a comment, or if you can like message me on YouTube. Is that a thing? I don't even know. I don't know, I'm new at this whole thing. But yeah, just feel free to message me or reach out or whatever. I'd love to chat and talk about things. But other than that, that's all I wanted to say. I hope everyone's having Jesus. I hope everyone's having a really good October, and that everyone's preparing for Halloween and this full moon that is coming. I'm so excited. I'm starving. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Okay, bye.